everybody. Happy Friday. This is different. This is different and it's new. But it's okay because it's your faves from the most sensuous, vivacious, voluptuous, and most powerful wine dish show in the world. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
I'm Kiki, the Countess of Cabernet, and you are now watching Just the Sip, where we come and give you a little taste throughout the week before we give you the big gulp every Sunday. And as usual, how is life tasting, friends?
It's tasting rather peachy. It's tasting it's buttery and flaky and things like that. No, it's really good, friend. It's been great. I'm super excited because the 1st of September, um, the Right in the Nick of Time podcast episode will be dropping. Yay! So shout out to that. And I went to a good friend of mine. Shout out to Holly. For she's a wonderful artist, and she invited me to her opening for her art exhibit. She's showing her pieces, and they're beautiful. And it was inside of this little cute, like interior decorative shop. And so I got this cute little candle. I can't wait. I'm like, I don't want to light it, but I also want to light it. But it's so cute because it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like the detail on it. I just can't. Sorry, hold on. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. So, sparkling wine. Very excited about that. And yeah, having a little bit of Chardonnay. How is life tasting for you, my friend?
Oh, life is tasting like, you get what you ask for. That's what life is tasting like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you gotta ride that donkey or bucks you off or bucks you off, nigga. I don't know. Like life is tasting like like they're like I need to rest,
Yeah.
but that's okay because we do this for you. You know, what I'm saying rain, hail, sleet, snow, broken bones. Fuck it, we're gonna do it. Okay, so we are here, and then also just
Mhm.
frankly just been too much going the freak on. Okay, just
Right?
too much going on. Grim Reaper, bring your ass to the front.
Oh my goodness.
Bring
Just
your ass.
taking everybody that you shouldn't be.
What the fuck? You are not. What are these results? These aren't even results. These are returns. You can't even return. That's how. That's how bad you messed up. Like that's like buying an expensive dress that you don't have the money for. But you like, I'm gonna just keep the tag on. I'm gonna just wear it out to this little event and I'm gonna take it back.
Took it back.
And then lo and behold, that's the night somebody bump into you and it's just all the Pinot Noir just all on the dress. And you can't get it out. And then you think you can take that back and get your money back. No, it's ruined. Lives are ruined. Families are upended. You know what I'm saying? Legacies are dashed. You're taking the wrong motherfuckers. You're taking the wrong. First, first, first of all, you take Dolly Parton. What has Dolly Parton done to anybody? In what line would her number be before that other mother? They're around the same fucking age. In what world is her number before his? Hmm?
Dolly,
In what go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, Dolly is one of those people who ain't got no business being dead. Like
None.
Michael, like Prince, like Whitney. Dolly has no
None.
motherfucking business. And like you said, before the bitch that's fucking ruining everything, what? 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 Like, I have some serious questions. When it's my turn, I'm going to ask the questions because what?
No, go ahead, because I have to get to the other folks. This is just door number one he knocked on. Go ahead.
I honestly just don't really even have words. I mean, I'm not the biggest country fan, but when Dolly get to singing, I'm a motherfucking listening. I'm a tapping my toe, bitch. Like her being, on Jolene with Beyonce is just like she's just such a legend, and I love her love for Black people, and basically
All people.
all people. But
Mhm.
she told Elvis, "No, you can't cover my song, and if you gonna try to have the publishing, and Whitney came through and sang it down, you know what I'm saying? And all the money that basically was made with that, she donated and created like some historical piece in the hood. Like, bitch, it just, Dolly's amazing. And it's just, I had no idea. Like, I don't know. It was just one of those things. Like, I know you can't ever prepare for these things, but you would hope that you get some sort of warning, you know?
This is just not a name you was that was needing to be said.
No.
This just was not a name that needed. So anyway, so then the briefer says, oh, actually, there was a guy. I wish I had his things so I could play it for y'all. But he had a skit where God was basically like, what, like, Graham, like, what are you doing? What's up, bro? Like, so he said, I got it this time. He said, a white man, okay, in his 80s, go on, who was something, something. He said, yes. He said, and he was at Home Alone too. Okay, we cooking. Who you bring me? It's fucking Tim Curry. He's like,
Nigga.
man,
Not
that is
this.
not the
Fuck
right
my
one. So, for those who don't know, Tim Curry is when you say act for, when you say act, they don't make them like that. This is a this is a movie stage, Broadway stage, voice acting. Like this man,
He
he
just
listen,
dug
okay,
into the character. Just dug in.
just one of those great British unmistakable
You can't
voices.
forget his face. You can never forget.
No. And I remember my first like real introduction to Tim Curry was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It is a great piece of cult media. If you've never seen it, do not go in there expecting to. It's from the 70s. It's crazy. It's a musical. It's wild. It's about sexual fluidity. It's ahead of its time. There are aliens. It's incredible. It's incredible. And, being an elder millennial, we used to watch our MTV, BET, and VH1 faithfully. And it just seemed like every Saturday on VH1 was the motherfucking Rocky Horror Picture Show because they were telling us the importance of such shit. Okay? So he
And
was
I'm gonna go
it.
ahead and speak. Sorry, I
No,
just
you
wanted
good.
to really quickly. I wanted to go ahead and speak for us. Middle millennials. Okay, Puppet Island. What?
Mm-hmm.
What? That was really one of our. That's like if you've never seen that movie, you're not a real millennial, my nigga. Like everybody knows when Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy and all that.
Yeah. Yes. He and then, just to break it down, he was Pennywise. He's the original Pennywise from It. You know what I'm saying?
Danny,
Like
what the fuck, nigga?
right there.
Home Alone, dude. Home Alone. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I can't,
And
girl.
like like, man, I watched easily. It was like a 3+ minute clip of all the voice work he has ever done.
Mm.
I mean, cartoon after cartoon after cartoon after movie after anime. Like his voice, he was touching shit I ain't even know that he was the voice of. I
Hmm.
didn't know he was the voice on the Wild Thornberries.
Which one?
Nigel,
Yeah.
the dad. That's him. That motherfucker was in All Real Monsters. I said, shut the fuck. I I didn't even know I was listening to him. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just, I mean, just a true thespian in every stretch of the word. And even when his, and you know what's so crazy to me? Before legends and stuff died, it's in the way their ailment is before their death, right? Like for somebody like himself to be so charismatic and facial and voice and all that, only in the end to not be able to use any of it because his body just, he gave so much, he literally gave out. You feel what I'm saying? You think about Bruce Willis right now, who's still with us, but barely.
Why do
You know what I'm
people keep
saying?
making fucking AI flyers of this nigga passing away? Like, I don't understand.
Bruce Willis?
I dead ass like one time I reposted and I was so pissed because I typically research things but when I see things, but you know, Bruce Willis bitch, that's one of ours. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Oh my god, just too move too quick and shit." And niggas was like, "That nigga ain't dead." I'm like, "Why do people keep doing that?" And I saw it the other day. Anyway,
See, but that's what I'm saying. Like again, another great actor can't talk, just out. Like you, just anybody who used to dance can't walk anymore. Used to sing can't sing anymore. You can't remember. Like it's just like the way the health deteriorates for some stars. It's just so, it's poetically sad. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, like that's how you going out. So, but even then, he was still sharp on Twitter. He was still having exchanges and shit on Twitter. Like just to the very end, man. So he passed
he
away,
was the
and
voice of
then
Optimus Prime.
I was just about to say, you got to look his name up because I want to say his name.
Oh, okay, okay. So the
But
voice of
yes,
Optimus Prime passed.
another elderly white man who was in
Right.
his 80s, and I mean, yes, they've lived a full life. Don't get us wrong, but it's just
Peter
these
Cullen.
in it. Yes, Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
I also found out that he was the voice of Eeyore.
Aww.
Eeyore is my
I didn't even know you guys talked about
favorite. Is my favorite character from
him.
Winnie the Pooh. Yes. But yeah, man, fucking Autobots out. Ugh.
Autobots. Oh my god.
And then if you think about the movie, then fucking Lincoln Park had well, and then out and then Chester dead. It's like it's too much. It's too much. Just throw the whole movie in the trash. And then somebody had the bright idea of posting a scene from Home Alone 2 with Kevin's mother, father, and fucking Tim Curry and said, it don't make no sense. Everybody in this scene is dead. I was like,
Wow.
stop.
Thanks.
Now you're just kicking motherfuckers' backs in, right? Now you just, nobody needed no death porn, please,
No, we
because
didn't.
that's what that was.
Yeah,
Gross, gratuitous.
for sure.
And then last but not least, you gotta look this young man's name up too, because I want to say his name
Samuel
too.
Monroe Jr.
Yes, and for those of us that don't know, because that's what Black media does, you just are that character. Once you are in a Black classic movie, that's your name.
That's your name.
Okay? That's your name. So he was in Menace to Society. He was the cousin of the girl that Kane got pregnant and denied and beat him up and they stomped him out and only for him to get his revenge on Kane at the end. Spoiler alert, bitch, it's an old movie. You should have seen it by now. You got gonna punch a hole in your black card.
Some
Shame on
30
you.
years ago.
Yeah, shame for shame.
Yep.
So anyway, but yeah, he was also unfortunately the young man in Players Club who,
Yep, that's right. Who graped.
yeah, Junior,
Yep.
yes,
Yep.
Junior,
He acted very slow, like very
great,
like
great scene. I did. Yeah. Okay,
very.
and then and then just countless cameos throughout the years, basically, just giving the blacks what we like in our movies, just nice little tip of that cameo, you feel me? But yeah, that man, young man, he got, I believe, a meningitis.
Oh.
Um, yeah, it's just death was busy and was at the wrong fucking doors. Don't come to my door. I'm not saying come to my door. I'm just saying you could go.
We know who need to go. We all know who need to go.
I
Okay?
mean, that man is
So
literally shitting on himself. He's falling asleep. He got bruises
I
and
wouldn't be
swelling.
surprised if they have some sort of stunt double, girl. I would, at this
I
point,
mean, Lil Wayne and Usher then got called out, so I guess.
exactly. It just they will do anything to try to keep that bullshit going.
Well,
Speaking of bullshit and white folk that just can't seem to quit.
and you know what? This is a double whammy because how you offended black people and white people, not Target, but just the fact that that white media and two shakes said we're gonna fuck up both sides of this because there's another commercial that we have to address as well too. But this is more important because we're Negroes.
I'm gonna tell you
Yes.
right now, Target,
Hmm.
your number has been called as well. That your time is now. You about to be Kmart. Okay, like we're done. We're done. Y'all have lost your minds. All of this going back and forth and all the DEI. First you started with DEI. Okay? Then you basically said, fuck us with the whole George Floyd thing. I think that was probably before DI, maybe it was after. I don't know, one of the two.
Before.
Um, and now for like the 17th time, you bitches gonna come out here with a jigaboo costume? Ain't gonna talk about some, oh, we don't know how the fuck this happened. Y'all know how this happened. Y'all know how everything happens up in there. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. At first it was like, oh yeah, haha, girl, we boycotting Target. Oh yeah, haha. We done with that. We done with that. At least for me. And you hoes out there that still go out there and shop that bitch, for shame. For fucking shame on you. Go put that motherfucking jigaboo costume on and shut the fuck up. And be happy with your white bullshit because I'm done. I don't give a fuck about Black Friday and your $100 TV. Fuck you. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not shopping there. I don't give a fuck what I need to get. That was the last straw for me because at this point, of everything the fuck that's going on, obviously you're playing in our faces, but I only have so much bandwidth for this bullshit. I only have so much. There's too much going on, and if there's anything that I can do to try to make sure that I'm doing something every day to try to put this shit back in the right direction, not shopping at Target ain't gonna be hard for me. Okay, so
Yeah, what the fuck did y'all think we was boycotting them for in the first place? That's my question. For all them backsliding ass or them, oh, I ain't boycotting Target. That's. You want to know why this shit happened? Because they got rid of DEI. When you don't have any colored people in the room to say, hey, this looks eerily familiar to the Jim Crow character. This big ass watermelon smile mouth, little top hat, you know what I'm saying? Literally a clown. And then you purposefully made the mask or the child in the costume black. That I mean, literally, that child could have been any other color, and we would not have said anything. But the fact that you did this, looking very similar to a character, and put that black child in there to further resemble the character, wow. Okay, now a nigga like me, because I hate to say shit like this because it makes me sound like, ooh, I'm not trying to sound like nothing, but it's just I just really wish people would just understand what the fuck is happening the first time. This is how you don't get here. I was never in the cult of Target. Even when black people's calling it Target, or I rather shop there, I never put that's black people's problem. You and even and I know we said all we said about Dolly Parton and Tim Curry, da da da. But there is this how can I put this? There is this always upholding of whiteness and white supremacy to the point where we overly congratulate white people for being decent human beings. We overly congratulate white people for not participating in white supremacy when it doesn't deserve a cookie. That's just some shit that they should be fucking doing. So when you take these white establishments and these white artists and these white political figures and you start othering them and oh, they honorary black. Oh, this is where all the black people go. You've already set yourself up for failure. None of these institutions and systems have ever had to give a fuck about you, and them giving a fuck about you is not needing of 10 times extra the fucking applause. No, it's just a gentle thank you for seeing me. I get that because lo and behold, what did niggas do on the internet? Oh, Dolly Parton, my nigga, and oh, Dolly, Dolly did this for the blacks, and it's like, whoa, everybody, calm down. You know what I'm saying? Everybody calm the fuck down. Was she a great lady? Yes, she was. Was she even for white people standards? Was she highly untouched? Absolutely. This we talk about she's had to work with people and deal with people for at least 5 to 6 smooth decades of a career. She's seen and she's from Appalachia, Tennessee. Okay? Bing, 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 bing. Banjo, outhouse
Yeah.
type shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if this is a woman who had every avenue to be like the rest around her and she did it, and like a Betty White or something like that, like that is admirable. We appreciate that, but just going off the fucking deep end about it is how niggas get into situations like this with Target. Oh, because we started calling it Target. We started giving Target its social cachet. Black people did that. Black women specifically did that because niggas wasn't saying Tarjay. Black women were saying Tarjay because we liked the fact that it was just a bit more upscale than Walmart, but we were
That
still
cute
paying
little
at the time.
hair section. They had a
Yeah,
cute little hair section for a nice little minute.
see? You know what I'm saying? And then while it was all good, you guys were eating and benefiting off of DEI. You was having Tabitha and Honey Pot and all these other shits in your stores. And we was in there giving that money up. We was in there faithfully giving you more social cachet. But then when you turned around and you were ultimately the white supremacist capitalist company that you are, and when it benefited you, you said fuck DEI, fuck everything, fuck the actual base of business that helped us get to where we are, all the partnerships and deals that we were, fuck all of that. And they never apologized. They never did the right thing. Then even as the full boycott was going on, they was fucking shirking around the fucking the coordinators and shit. They still never really did anything. There was no recompense. And then because they see that you niggas still wouldn't go, you know what? I can be under the belief that maybe they did this shit on purpose because they finally want to be done with it. Maybe they're just at the point where they're just like, you know what, fuck it. Y'all just gonna be mad, then let's see this. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's gonna take to finally get rid of you, then do that because that's also part of white supremacy. You are disposable. They don't give a fuck. You were never the end goal. You were just extra revenue that they didn't really factor in. And it was just good business to placate you to keep you. So you being upset about not you specifically, but motherfuckers being upset about this costume. Okay, today's Friday. What the fuck are you expecting from this company? What the fuck are you expecting from Balenciaga? What the fuck are you expecting from Montclair? What the fuck are you expecting from Louis, from Gucci, from Chloe, from Chanel? What the fuck are you like I said on my final sip Sunday? It's okay if they don't make it for you. That should let you know I don't want to fuck with that. If you are forced to make a lane for me, or you go out your way to make a lane, but you still half-ass the lane, fuck the whole shit. Fuck the whole shit. If you only want to cater to 12 shades, then I don't fuck with your company. I'm not going to go online and start no motherfucking campaign and say, you guys need to make more shades. Not when there's Fashion Fair, not when there's Juvia's Place, not when there's Pat McGrath. Fuck you. I don't need to. There are too many Black people painted by Esther. It's too many motherfucking Black people for me to sit up here and patronize. Wow. To patronize instead of using my time to be mad at the system that never gave a fuck. The fuck you mad at Target for this Sambo shit for? Take that shit and keep it moving. Like this, I saw it and I was like, wow, this is crazy. But was I like, fuck Target? It did no, because I did that shit. I've already done it. Why are we beating a dead horse? You mad at this shit? You ain't got to keep telling me to get the fuck out.
Well,
So then, like I said, white supremacy turned again because we keep saying that white supremacy is only for white evangelical Christian males,
white
heterosexuals.
people are
Wink,
the
wink.
best. They're just the best to be their own enemy, you know?
Yeah, because your own women are always bitten by the hand as well too, and they think that they have some safety because they're your women. But when you touch they motherfucking golf clubs, you see what happens to you.
May I really quickly before we get into that because there's something I forgot to mention.
Oh,
Well, actually, you know what? I'll do it after this. Go ahead. Cause yes, the
okay,
golf clubs, cause it's in the same category. So go ahead, child. I don't understand.
okay. Look, what's the name of this company?
Um,
Abusive golf commercial shit. That's unfortunate way you can put that.
it's got another one. Okay, here we go. What the? Oh. It's the advertisement causing an uproar in the golf world.
Do not touch a new driver.
The causing an
Oh,
uproar in the it's the advertisement causing an uproar in the golf world.
Do not touch my new driver.
The online ad promoting a driver from Callaway and the popular YouTube golf channel Good Good shows co-founder Garrett Clark shoving a female golfer to the ground as she reaches for his club. The backlash was instant, critics saying it depicted violence against women, and the ad was pulled. Clark says it was a scripted skit, spoofing the horror movie Obsession, with players being possessed by an evil golf club.
Looking back at it, terrible concept, terrible ad. Once I watched it back and it got posted, my skin was crawling. I was cringing. This is not at all what we stand for.
Callaway, which acknowledges it approved the ad, is now cutting ties with Good Good entirely, ending a 3-year partnership. And it's pledging $1 million to groups working to prevent violence against women. The company's saying these actions do not undo the harm caused or excuse our role in it. Good Good is also stepping away as title sponsor of a PGA Tour event this fall, and major retailers are reportedly pulling its products off shelves. Clark says the woman in the ad is now receiving hundreds of abusive messages. He's asking people to direct their anger at him instead.
Put it towards me personally. I can handle it.
Oh, good Lord. What a turn. What the hell?
and that right there encapsulate
What that got nothing
everything
to do with
I'm
this.
about to fucking say.
And how did y'all find out
Even
who she
when
was? You weird ass niggas. What the fuck?
even when you're the victim, you are still
You
you
see
are
2 seconds of her fucking
still
face.
you are still on the chopping block. Like they still hate you. Oh my gosh. So anyway, like I said, white supremacy again. It eats
Woo.
it eats itself. It eats its young. It implodes from the inside. Even the women and the children aren't even safe from it as well too. The fact that what kind of pissed me off about the video is when he said after he watched it back after it was already posted. You mean to tell again, DEI, not only for black people, DEI is also for fucking women. Somebody would have been in there with some eyes and said, hold the fuck on. And then just the voice, the way that he said it when he cried, don't ever. Like, it's like he slapped the shit out of her. Like that's literally what we see in the movies. After she on the floor and he's like, don't you ever get like that's literally how it goes in movies when a woman is being abused. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like y'all gonna get enough of this shit. Y'all gonna get enough of this dude, bro. Go along to get along, red pill, Chad, alpha male bullshit. It's doing nobody no good. You look like a fucking pussy because she wanted to touch your golf club. That was worth her getting tackled to the ground. What the fuck are we talking about? Like it, and let's even just it wouldn't matter if it was like a young caddy. It wouldn't have mattered if it was like an older person. It wouldn't have mattered who the fuck you replaced in that instance. Who the fuck are you shoving about touching your what you having a fucking roid rage? Taking steroids, you fucking idiot. You got CTE, you blacking out? What the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? Like nowhere should anybody have been accosted. Oh, no fucking golf clubs in a commercial. It would never be that deep. And then look what it cost you. It cost you bags. The PGA, that's a bag. Okay? A bag. A relationship.
Which is weird because again, y'all approved it. So it's still just giving everybody just trying to point the finger. And
Is passing the buck.
but again, that's why you said that there are supposed to be organizations in place that can kind of catch these things. But even still, it's just a very strange commercial. And I know that niggas just like they're just throwing shit at the wall because they want to, there's so much shit going on in our face all the time that we got to do crazy things to get people's, attention. It's provocative. Like we got to provocative things, but I don't know. I just feel like you could have like hit the ball like to China or something like that. And I
I
didn't
just
mean like to China, but just like you could have hit the ball so hard that it went to another country and that would have been provocative. Like there's just so many other ways that we could have gone with this. It's just very strange that we went this specific direction.
like, bro, you could have made a tin cup reference. You could have made a what's that one movie with Adam Sandler? What's that damn movie? Happy Gilmore. You could have made a Happy Gilmore reference, bro. You could have literally did any other sports related thing
Something.
that people could have referenced and understood. The Sandlot, even though I know that's baseball, but like Field of Dreams, something you could have literally just went to any other type of sport to make your reference and drive your point home. But just no, let's and then the other thing too is that much like the WNBA, the WPGA, if that's If I'm saying that correctly, I might not be. But women always have to deal with discrimination in their own fucking sport, bro. So women advancing the sport, that harms that. You know what I'm saying? Because what's that telling to a young girl that she has to possibly be physically accosted on the fucking green? What? Like she should just prepare herself for some fucking foolish man child baby motherfucker to throw a tantrum about his fucking clubs? That was a shove. What's stopping the motherfucker from using the club? And the fact that there were other men around in that commercial and they did nothing,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
know, so it's just that's why I said this white supremacy shit is a setup for us all, from black, white, female, male. It don't matter. It's a fucking flesh eating virus.
Yeah.
It infects everybody it touches,
Yep.
and it seeks to kill, steal, and destroy.
Yep.
This is a mess. Oh, we're sorry. Oh, I made my skin crawl.
Did it. Did it.
Shut up. Made my skin crawl.
Another man that I just want to really quickly before we get into a funny guy, because I think it's nice to talk about Drewski's skit. I just want to just really quickly. Boosie Badass was exposed for cheating on his baby mama person that he was with, Soraya. Now Soraya was
Oh, Joey badass.
yeah, sorry. What did I say? Did I say Boosie Badass?
Yeah, I'm like
My bad.
Bootsy. Nah. Joey badass. Yes.
Um
I kind of didn't want to talk about this, but yeah. Go ahead.
uh I'm wanting to see it. So she was in wait a minute, where's she at? Okay, wait a minute. No. I'm trying to figure out exactly what she's in cuz I'm like
She was in Empire.
was she okay, so was she was she the stepmom?
No, she was the Tiana girl or whatever. That was the dating the youngest boy, the
Oh,
youngest Lucius.
yeah,
She
okay.
was, yeah, remember she was basically like they Rihanna on the show.
Okay, so she was like dancing and things.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
She was like one of the main girls.
I
She
thought
was the
she
main
was on
girl.
Empire, but I couldn't remember exactly. I was like, I feel like I've seen her before. And then I remember definitely seeing her in the Puff Daddy video or P. Diddy video where it was
Which
on the
one?
Love album and he was like, the whole room was red and she was the main bitch. And I was like, what the hell? And it's crazy because that was when all that shit was coming out about the red room and blah blah blah. But anyway, I was just feeling, so badly for her in the regard that obviously nobody wants to get cheated on and things like that. But really, you bitch, you trifling hoe that was out here talking
On the
shit about
phone.
this lady for shame.
Yeah.
Just for shame. And like
Just,
just the whole conversation was just ridiculous. But when you got to finite, I was like, take your high ass and
hmm
jump off a fucking cliff. Like you are so full of shit. And you know what? Good for Joey, cause I'm sure you gonna be one of them hoes that just go ahead and turn it around real quick and get pregnant or something, and then be taking people to court and doing the most on the internet. And it's just sad. Um, I'm very glad that she decided to, choose herself, but I'm also like confused because I felt, oh, at least I thought, or at least I heard that he was not never like wanting to be in a monogamous situation. So I'm just a little confused about it. And my thing is maybe they have a situation where it's like, okay, whatever, you can have your little situations, but it gotta be a certain way. And you damn sure can't be talking shit about me to any bitch. So I don't know how she got those receipts, it's giving the girl probably symptom. I don't know. But she just gives that. She gives, yes, I'm going to record this nigga and I'm going to send him off. But it just was Joey. And it's going to be so many more. That's the other thing. Like you said earlier, which we weren't recording. We were talking about Blueface and Krishan and Nevaeh and all these girls. And it's like, it just be this fake ass competition. Because some girl has something, whatever the fucking case may be, you create this fake ass competition and you use these niggas to do it, and they wouldn't have anything if y'all didn't give it to them, but y'all be giving it to them, and you're gonna continue to give it to them, and that's fine. But
Now that's finite. It's that's finite. There's always an idiot. That is finite. Since we want to talk about God and death, and I'm sorry. I don't want to. I don't want to
no, you go
stop
ahead,
your
bitch. You go
flow.
ahead, because no, that's so real finite. That shit pissed me off. Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. What the fuck? Oh my god, that irritated me.
That shit was some diamond platinum level pick me type shit, bitch.
Woo!
That shit was
I'm
uranium level pick me. Like
talking about
that
you
shit
went
was
to the motherfucking ancient book of bullshit. Like, what
bitch.
the heck?
That was yellow cake level, bitch. Like okay, let me gather my thoughts.
Nah, cause what the fuck? I bet you a old school hoe. You a old school hoe to say some shit like that, bitch. Some fire
Okay, she the cleanup woman. Okay, she was the one that been just making it easy for the cleanup woman. That bitch just coming in there just sweeping up that trash. That was, and I don't think y'all really understand. That was really the message of that song. Like, all if you take away all that mammy shit she was saying, like she's a cleanup woman because he's trash. Let her clean that shit up, okay? Anyway, all right. So where do I begin? Um, let's start off with what you mentioned about Joey Badass and his relationship preferences, if you will. So yes, I do remember this being a topic years ago because if you remember Jadena, I'm a classic man. Young oldie, what I'm a classic man. Okay, so he was being very candid about um, his trials with being a polygamist or being polyamorous, excuse me, and being in open relationships and stuff like that. And he said it was cool. It was cool till it wasn't type shit, right? You do understand that there's a desire to be one person, X, Y, Z, right? The thing that everybody comes to the fucking realization, but whatever. So you got you grow up. Was it you grow up? You get loves. So while he's having that conversation, it's him, Tiana Taylor, um, Joey, and another young lady. I think it might be Scotty Bean, and I'm not too sure where that young lady was. Anyway, but you know the meme where it says it's two dumb bitches telling each other exactly. That's what that conversation was giving. And then also, let's be clear, he's a hotep. He's a hotep from Brooklyn. What's the math? Grand Rising sister. He one of them, what's the mathematics? He's one of them type of niggas, right? So
I see
on
you.
top of the fact that he artistically was born in the wrong era because he should have been popping in the 90s. But that's just me being, musically petty. Anyway, so it just was, he's a very aura driven cat, right? And that's the thing you gotta watch out about these charismatic aura driven ass niggas. That's the appeal. It's like a fly being stuck in a spider's web. You feel what I'm saying? It's like it was so enticing because they just wove a fantastical weave of bullshit
Yeah.
beautiful tapestry of lies. And you were just like, oh, and then and then now they just crawling towards you, ready to suck the life out of your body and just leave a shell of a carcass to blow in the wind as they pull their next motherfucking victim because that fly thinks that they know better, because it's finite for a fly to get into a web and it's the circle of life. It's finite. It happens. Circle of life. Okay, I'm sorry. Um anyway, so there's that, right? And so he has been on record publicly about, wanting to have two wives, wanting to be a polygamist, th- saying that, he's confident that he can handle a situation like that, blah, blah. So then when she was interviewed on Jason Lee's like, so what's up with that polygamy shit? And she was like, oh no, honey. He knew that to be with me, he had to shut that down and we had to have some conversations and blah blah blah. So everybody was under the impression that, he was gonna change for old girl, right? But you know what gets me? We gotta go back to the accountability part. You wouldn't have that many receipts if you would have left 2.5 years earlier. To sit back and say, and this is before the baby, this before the baby. If you can sit back and say you got 3 years worth of receipts on a nigga, I have to now look at you like, now, unless there is proven DV going on, I just have to look at you like, oh, you chose this shit. You chose this shit. You decided to stay. You because after, let's say the second time, because fine, you want to give a motherfucker the benefit of the doubt, baby, I'm sorry, it'll never happen again, blah de blah. But if
You
it
back. You take me back. Sorry.
exactly, and then you give a nigga another chance, and he just does the same thing, this is a test. This is a test. Warning, bitch. This is a test. Oh, so I could just, and you just, we just,
I
and it's
just
gonna be like,
no.
bet. It's just now you're setting yourself up for failure because you're teaching this man, I accept things. Because I don't know, for those who remember, there was a viral video of them being, I guess, caught in the middle of a
Yeah.
conversation. And there was one young lady who examined the video and she pointed something out that I was like, huh. It's like if you notice like the body language and the posture, he's very much like this. He's like in an ashamed position while she's like, but she's like trying to figure out what's going on, doing a lot of pleading motion. None at no time he doesn't console her throughout this whole thing. He's just sitting there looking dejected and looking like sad puppy while she's crying about some shit that you did, but you trying to muster up some motherfucking sympathy for you failing to be a monogamous partner like you said you was gonna try to be. So then she says, if you notice later on in the video, he notices that they're being filmed and he looks agitated. And as soon as he finds out he's being filmed, then and then he like starts hugging her and consoling her. And I was like, wow, that is, because let me tell you that was easily like a 3+ minute video. And that video was already chopped. So that means that was a longer video of this nigga just sitting there and just walking around and just talking to her with his hands behind his back, trying to like a monk or some shit, talking to her like a monk. And then they sit down, and then when you see these cameras, because you're annoyed that you've been caught being a piece of shit, oh, let me console her now. You know what I'm saying?
What a shame.
And I guess for Soraya, and this is completely me with my tinfoil hat on, being that she was with Jacob Lattimore at first, and that was, a couple goal type of situation, y'all got to stop doing that shit. But anyway, y'all liked them together as a couple. They were physically attractive as a couple. However, she moved on from him because, again, she was waiting 3, 4 years for marriage and children and all the things,
Yep.
only to get with this nickel slick dollar hotep ass nigga. And so he could finesse not only getting the same amount of time the other nigga got out of you, while also not giving you marriage that you want, but he was able to put a baby on you. At least you left that other nigga without no kids. But you let this nigga put a baby on you and you allowed yourself to stay around for 3 plus years before this baby to have all these receipts and all the, it's just like, go on, girl. Go on, sister girl. Good, you left. I'm glad. But much like we told Cardi and the rest of you girls, put that pussy on ice. Go have some alone time. Go eat, pray, love. Go find yourself. Enjoy silence. You won't have very much long to enjoy or at all because now you got a fresh fucking baby. So now there's no rest. There's no silence. Now you'll be fighting with this nigga for umpteen years on the fucking internet. Congratulations. When all this time could have been spent on you and your career. So motherfuckers wouldn't just know you as the girl from Empire. My nigga didn't even remember you. That's how fucked up that is. Empire wasn't even that fucking long ago. You went from Empire to being Taylor Swift's token black friend to being with Jacob Lattimore and now being the baby mama of this nigga. That's your resume. Your resume ain't got nothing to do with your skill, ain't got nothing to do with your talent, ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Wasting time having babies for niggas who already have kids. That's my thing. They already what your baby gonna do? And I don't want to say like that about the kids, but what is your baby? What's your baby gonna do that that baby didn't already do? Talking to Clarissa Shields too. What is the baby gonna do that the other children didn't fucking do? What are you gonna do that the other fucking women didn't do? So, and then also my last point is, okay, girl, you broke up with the nigga. Shut the fuck. Stop. You now you're dragging it. Oh, the fuck that nigga party and kiss my ass cakes and all this other shit. Girl, go on because now
The receipts
this is
were
letting me,
the receipts
yeah,
were
this is letting me know that you also knew that you were fucking stupid and you trying to save face by trying to act all like fuck them, girl, fuck them. No, bitch. This should have happened like I said 2.5 years ago.
should have more baby, but hey girl. Again, the receipts were enough. You had the party. Now we don't want to hear nothing else about it. Move on. Finite girl will have her finite time,
We
and
will finally see how finite it is.
yeah,
Okay,
there will be a
we're gonna
finite.
have a. There's gonna be a fortnight. Okay.
Let's talk about Drewski's skit. So I really enjoyed it. I know that he probably has a ton of fans or at least associates or something in the NFL. So good for him for, continuing to use his platform in a way that it just brings awareness. I feel like it brings awareness and it's funny at the same time. Um, he had a skit basically. I, I felt like it was about of a guy who has CTE. And the NFL for years has kind of tippy toed around this situation. They've kind of like, oh yeah, we made the helmet safer and we have the rules and oh blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, that don't stop these men from, taking these crazy ass drugs and just doing all this stuff for the money and the things that are given to be in the NFL, and I just thought it was great. I thought it was hilarious. That part where he was just like banging his head up against the fucking lockers, and like when he was at the party, like it was just like a lot. It was funny, and then his little bodysuit he had on, like my nigga. But yeah, it was just at the same time it was like there's somebody out there that's dead ass acting like this. Like he's seen something. And so it was interesting to see an insight into some of that and like it being funny, but again being like ooh, kind of like ooh. But yeah, girl, I thought it was I good again because I know the NFL is a huge organization. And you can be like, oh, do I want to try to offend these people or say something, try to get too much attention, and hopefully, like the NFL. I mean, I feel the NFL would know that a Drewski skit is not going to put an end to them, but at the same time, get enough people thinking, it might. Never know.
Okay. Well, I was trying my best to be marked safe from even having seen this shit, quite frankly, just because I saw all the discourse about it. But we have to do a show, and this is the shit we got to put ourselves through. So I watched it probably maybe 10 minutes before we did the show, and I mean, I didn't think it was funny. And I mean, for all intents and purposes, I have never LOL'd, like, like laughed out loud at Juicy things.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed them. I thought they were humorous, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not like a fan of Juicy. Like, oh my god, everything it is, it's funny. Like y'all understand, there'd be a lot of niggas like that. But I understand what this was. It just kind of was right message, wrong messenger for me.
Okay.
Uh, because this is, if you make comedy out of it, the severity of what that is can't be quantified in that small amount of time. Because honestly, we didn't need it. Because you could literally just go on Netflix and watch the Aaron Hernandez story. Like you could like just go read about any NFL person. So I mean, it ain't like this shit ain't been addressed. But I think the part that I really disliked the most
Uh,
was the domestic violence part
oh yeah, that was insane.
because like
That shit gives me.
women have died,
Yeah.
children have died,
Yeah. Yeah.
they have killed themselves,
Mhm.
and that's not some shit that we can make a joke about.
Mm, I feel you on it. I feel you on it.
Um,
And
it's just
we probably shouldn't make a joke about it. You can, but
yeah, I mean, because you could do obviously you can do whatever the fuck you want, but that is also the other part of free speech that they forget to tell us. Like you're not absolved from any consequences or any criticism.
yeah, right.
So that's why I said I just don't think he was the person to do it. He does not have, in my opinion, the intellectual bandwidth for that. And then also, there was a whole Oscar winning movie about this that Will Smith played in about fucking CTE. And then also, I think what would have I think maybe made it more full circle is if he talked about the other sports involved that also give CTE, like boxing, like MMA,
Okay.
like any other type of you would say rugby because they use their heads and shit, like any type of activity where you are using brute force strength to that degree, you can get CTE from. But like nobody is getting it like the NFL. Like we could easily call out these other motherfuckers out here getting their head jostled around in other sports as well too. So maybe if it took on maybe more of that stance about how sports as a whole don't give a fuck about you. And then also it's not an indictment on the NFL because you know that. You know that that's literally the game. You have been regularly getting concussions since you were 14 years old.
Yeah.
So you had behavioral problems when you were a teenager. This shit didn't just sprout into adulthood.
Yeah.
It may have worsened, but it didn't start there when they got to the league. It was getting that shit in fucking middle school, high school, college.
Yeah.
They had bop 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 bop. They've been getting it since then. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think it was funny. I thought it was like yikes, because it's make in my opinion, it's just making a mockery of a mental illness. Because that's what CTE is.
Yeah.
It's a mental illness. It's like how people get traction alopecia. Is your body actually going through the motions of having alopecia? No, but you've done so much that alopecia is happening. Did you have a mental illness? No, but you've done so much that now you have a fucking mental illness. Same thing with people taking perks and Xannies, and ain't nothing fucking wrong with you. And now you done took all these blockers, then done fucked up your hormones, and now you're depressed. You wasn't depressed before you was taking that shit because you wasn't supposed to be taking it. So it just kind of is that thing for me. So I mean, he'll be okay. He'll bounce back with another one. They'll be like, oh, Drewski's back, yeah, because niggas don't people don't be mad about shit for real for nothing. But if you ask in my opinion, because it's our motherfucking show, then yes, I think it was in poor taste.
Yeah.
Like I said, once we got it was really that domestic violence part for me because like that shit sounded like legit scary. Like that wasn't funny.
It was
She
crazy.
was screaming for her life. Like, what the fuck? And then the next one is just him banging his head up against the wall. Like,
That's
what
just,
the fuck?
I mean, it wasn't, but I get what you're saying. I get what
I get what you're saying too.
yeah.
There's been plenty of shit like that ain't right, but I laughed.
Yeah.
I understand,
Yeah.
but this wasn't for me. This wasn't
Right.
one of the time.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, lastly, I think Mark Curry has reached some sort of settlement regarding his sexual assault allegations.
Well, no, the settlement was when it was happening, but she came out and talked about it. I believe that's what
Her name is Raquel Lee Boleo. Yeah, she's a child actress. Um, he played her father in the 2001 Disney Channel movie The Proof Point. I don't remember this movie, and I was on my Disney movies. Okay. Um, so the filing in 2026 of this month, the civil
Oh,
negligence lawsuit against the Walt Disney Company. Oh, is that what you were talking about?
okay. So she sued him this year.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the lawsuit accuses Disney of negligence and claims the company failed to intervene when she was 14 years old and alleged abuse by an unidentified middle-aged male adult employee involved in the filming of The Proof Point. My my. My my.
You got
Disney,
any?
Nickelodeon, all y'all. Yeah, no, that's all. That's it. That's all I got.
I mean, that this is crazy because, like, again, this is a black famous person, so I don't expect y'all to really have as much disappointment in this as Negroes do. But Mark Curry was always, I guess now seemingly always, one of those low key guys. You know what I'm saying? He was he's a comics comic. You know what I'm saying? When other comedians and comedic actors, especially in the black realm, speak of Mark Curry, I always talk to him like talked about him real high. A lot of people was riding for Mark Curry because they felt that Steve Harvey stole his show and stole his idea when he became Mr. Hightower for the Steve Harvey show, being a teacher and all that shit. And that was already like Mark's thing, and so to hear this, and then also he had like a really bad like accident, and he almost died and stuff, and we was all like, no, not Mark, you know what I'm saying? And so to hear this it shit is shocking, bro, because it's like, damn, Mark, not you, nigga. Like, you was one of the first original, like, prime time ABC, like, black shows, like in the 90s after Cosby did his thing, so you were an important bridge over to that gap, and it just was, this is sad. I'm very sad to hear this. It's like, bro, folks dying that shouldn't be dying, folks killing their career and their legacy, murdering childhoods, bitch. What is going on?
Nigga Cole say the real ones is dying, the fake ones is lit. It's so true and it's so sad. Well, yeah, I mean, Disney and Nickelodeon, y'all really all need to be under investigation. Y'all really all need all the money that you've ever made. Just give it up. Just give it up. Give it up to those victims. Give it up to those kids, because there's a ton of kids who you ruin their lives, really.
Here and abroad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, friend, is that everything?
I think that is everything.
I think that's everything. Well, you guys, we have some Pinot Noir for you this weekend. It is Red Wine Day.
Okay.
Today is
Hey.
Red Wine Day. Red wine. Red wine. Um, let's see. Is there any other church announcements? I don't think so. Make sure y'all check out the website. Check out the
Yes, the
website.
wines and chocolate show.netlify.app. Give us some traffic. You know what I'm saying?
Get us up
Buy
there.
some wine. Click on the things. Okay.
Oh
Me
yeah.
and Claude worked very hard.
Subscribe, like, share,
Like,
turn
share,
notifications.
comment,
Yes.
hype, all the
My
things.
name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
I'm Kiki, the Countess of Cabernet, and you have had just a sip, and we will taste.